Before we get the video started, YouTube is not showing my videos to you, so please make sure that bell icon is working, and it's also sending my videos to the shadow realm, so if you can share my videos, that helps a lot. Thank you. Have you ever wondered what makes a sword two-handed? You can see this one obviously is one-handed, and it's light too, like a one-handed sword. The tip also, as you can see, is meant for chopping, so it must be one-handed, right? This one right here obviously is two-handed. It's got just enough room for two hands to grip. It's got length of double the size of that one. But again, what makes a sword two-handed? I'm here to tell you how and why swords are two-handed. The rapier is a perfect example of how looks can be deceiving. It is a very long sword, but it's also a very light sword, and the handle can only fit one hand. That's why it's a one-handed sword, and it works very well as a thrusting weapon. Here are the three main ways you can tell if a sword is one-handed or two-handed. How long is the blade? One-handed blades usually are pretty short and not long. How much does it weigh? Again, one-handed swords are pretty light and not heavy. And how long is the handle? One-handed swords are usually shorter handles, therefore you can only fit one hand. If it marks two of these boxes, it could be a one-handed sword. Now again, for some people, two-handed swords might be as easy as, oh, it's long, so it must be two-handed. But the thing is, this sword right here is half the length of a normal katana, yet it's also two-handed. This is because all Japanese swords are two-handed. Now again, as I got done explaining, it has to check two of the three boxes. You have to ask yourself, is the blade long? Is it heavy or light? Is the handle super long or super short? This one right here, as you can tell, it's heavy. It's a heavy sword. Most of the weight is in the handle here, but it's still a one-handed sword, and you can still swing it pretty good one-handed because the blade is kind of short and the handle's kind of short. So it checks the two out of the three boxes of how long is the handle, how long is the sword blade, how heavy is it. This thing is pretty heavy, but it's also pretty small too, so it's wieldable one-handed. Compass, however, is a little bit of the opposite. I can put two hands under pretty safely. The blade is pretty short. It's pretty light all around. But again, it's a one-handed sword because of the fact that it's light and the blade is short. Now, it'd be different if the blade was super long with the handle being long. Then you would have to use it two hands because it'd become unwieldy. That's why this sword is one-handed. Again, some swords are tricky. Some swords, like this one, are longer with a shorter handle, but they're also heavy. So you think, oh, it must be two-handed. Nope. Again, it checks two of the three boxes. How long is the handle? How heavy is it? How long is the blade? The blade is still wieldable, so therefore it's still one-handed. The handle is short, meaning I can get a good grip whether I grip it here or whether I grip it here. I can still hold on to it really well. That's why it is one-handed. Now I know you guys want to see some destruction here, so let's go destroy some things. I just bought this decorative sword as you saw earlier in the video. I mean, it's still a decorative piece, but it feels solid, so why not destroy some stuff? Maybe cut some apples, because after all, it wouldn't be a video without some destruction. So even though this is a decorative piece, let's see how good it is at, say, strength test. Got some ugly pots here. For a decorative piece, look at that, right? You can see with the clay bit in and everything. We'll focus here. Dang, see with the clay bit in? That's pretty good for a decorative sword. You can definitely feel it. It's different words too, but hey. For a decorative piece, it's pretty good. Shoot, look at that, dude. Clay bit in. It's pretty awesome. See how good the tip is in this last little bit of clay pot. You can see here. This didn't do too much to the tip. I mean, again, it is a thicker tip and it's decorative. But damn, for a decorative piece, it's just straight. So you can tell it's got a little bit of a bend now. looking straight down, you can see it moves to the right side. It's off alignment now. But again, not bad for a decorative piece. And just look how explosive this last weapon test was. I mean, the pot literally exploded. It's kind of crazy. If you liked what you've seen, please consider subscribing. Like I said earlier in the video, YouTube doesn't really like showing my videos for some reason, or telling you that they're actually been published. So it would be helpful if you guys could share it with other people if you think it's good. If you don't think it's good, I guess don't share it at all. And I hope you enjoyed a lot. Thank you very much.